All right. Hello and welcome everyone. This is Dmitry. We are having another network programmability stream after 6 months of nothing, 6 months of vacation. So I'm happy to be back. Today we are going to do some Golang for network automation. I'm very excited to be here finally. To be here back and to have some fun on this Sunday evening for me. All right, so yeah, we as usual we will start talking about the some stuff that happened very briefly, like for 20 minutes or so, or maybe less, and then we will actually jump into today's topic. If you are watching this on YouTube, so I always make sure that I put a timecode in the description. So if you're not interested in some parts, you can always jump to the point, to some other point in the stream. Right. So thanks for sticking with me. I see a number of people here attending live. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your continuous support. You guys are amazing. So yeah, let's talk about me being back very briefly, and what happened, and what happened, why I stopped, and what happened, why I am now back. So I think it was around 6 months ago. At some point, and I was doing streams almost every week, unless something came up in my life. And at some point, I just stopped doing them. The main reason why was I had just too much on my plate at work, and I felt like I don't have enough rest. And for those of you who are watching it on YouTube, this is what I'm doing is on Sunday evening. So it's another day of potential relaxation, right? I spend on this, and after doing it for a long time, I noticed some fatigue, some me being not as efficient as I used to be, and I just started getting tired of it. And then at some point I also stopped having fun, and this was a good indication for me that I just should stop doing that. And then later, and now we are switching to the second topic, which is the burnout. So then, even with me not doing streams, right, after some more time I realized that I'm actually having a burnout, that I work too much, and I started to hate all technology. It just stopped being fun, all of it, including work as well. And it was very difficult period in my life. I still can't say 100% that I recovered, but I'm much closer to recovery than I was. I had help from some people in the network engineering community. Thank you so much for supporting me during this difficult period. It was just tough. It was tough, and I kept telling myself that, at some point I started realizing that I'm having burnout, but I still was telling myself, oh, I will finish this couple of projects at work, and then I will go somewhere for vacation or something to relax, to completely disconnect from technology. But this was not the right call, and I kept doing it and I couldn't finish the project. So like my efficiency was so low that I couldn't even finish what I was supposed to do. And that point where like, oh, I will finish and then I go for my vacation really never happened. And at some point I realized that I can't, well, I should stop. Like, it's not working. My efficiency is low. I'm not making any progress. So you know what? I will just stop in the middle of the things that I'm supposed to do. I will just go disconnect for 2 weeks and then I will come back. So this is what I did. And it really helped. So I had 2 weeks of complete disconnection around a month ago. And then it was funny when I returned back on my first day. I did more progress in 1 day than in 2 weeks before vacation. So that was good realization that, you know what, you should never ever let it happen to that point where like you're completely useless. And actually I was quite useless. So, and I also know that what works for some will not work for others in terms of like burnout. So it's really important that you realize when it happens to you, and understand what is your plan of action, how you would approach it. So now I feel much better. I'm still not at my 100%, but I'm making progress. Yeah, it wasn't fun. So yeah, I thought talking about burnout is really important here in the stream, where we are on, you know, technology related stream, where we are in all this like constant whirlwind on new technologies, new tool, new tasks, new projects. It's always important to pause and step back and reflect on what is going on with you in your life. So yeah, now another couple of things are more technology related. Some news from what I've seen recently, and what caught my interest in is this httpx library, and I think there was release 0.9. Let me actually go to this page. So Python httpx. So this is a new library for asynchronous HTTP requests, which supports HTTP 2. And also in the next release they plan to support not only async but sync as well, so they will have the same API for synchronous and asynchronous calls. I am very interested in that because I do maintain a couple of libraries which are wrappers on top of the REST API, and like a problem of supporting both sync and async in one library was always relevant to me. So from my first glance, it looks interesting. It looks with very clean API, and also I know, well, I don't know this person personally, and the developer of this library is Tom Christie, who has this encode GitHub account. He built a number of amazing libraries. Like, probably, I would say, for me, he's the most. No, I don't want to put tags or something, but I really like his work, and it's not like a single library. It's like his new libraries are, keep delivering. So he's the main guy behind Django REST framework, or DRF, which is the most widely used framework for building microservices on Python, I guess, and building, REST API backend with Django. So yeah, this project is super popular. Another very interesting one is Starlet, and this is his batteries included web framework, which is using async.io, which is also super popular and very interesting. There is another one called Fast API, which builds on top of Starlet. I am definitely planning to build some production project using Starlet at some point. UVcorn as well. UVcorn is kind of like similar to GUnicorn as far as I know. So GUnicorn is for WSGI and UVcorn is for ASGI, which is again async stuff. And then another one is this databases one, and this is like SQL Alchemy plus minus, but a little bit simpler, and for async.io as well. So a lot of really interesting stuff here. So yeah, I'm excited to check this out, httpx. Now, last piece of news before we jump into today's topic is Cisco Live Europe 2020, which is going to happen, last week of January or first week of February, I don't remember. I will be presenting there. Again, I have a session about Nornir, but also one person asked me to deliver his session because he can't come. It's going to be about NetConf. I think it's NetConf workshop. So I will be delivering Nornir in DevNet and then two NetConf workshops there as well as a replacement. Okay, and if you're going to be there, make sure you find me and talk to me. I'm always happy to talk to people in the community. Also, I do encourage you, if you have any kind of questions regarding pretty much anything, but my focus is, of course, network automation, Python, potentially Golang, but I am newbie in Golang. So whatever questions you have, please make sure you put them in the chat and I will do my best to answer. With that, let's actually jump into today's topic. And meanwhile, see, you have a nice rig. Yeah, I recently bought a computer here. And it's actually very nice because I can run very big networking topologies on my computer locally without needing any server or anything, which is pretty amazing. Okay, so today's topic, Python. Well, not Python. Today's topic is Golang for network automation. Before that, though, we'll obviously talk why, right? And if you follow me on Twitter, and if you don't, you definitely should. So some time ago, like a couple of weeks ago, let me find it. Okay, this one. After 8 years of programming in Python, I started learning Go. Hopefully I will have enough motivation to get to a decent level. I do believe that Go is more appropriate for building robust network automation controllers than Python. And there were a lot of questions and asking why. And I ignored all of them. I'm sorry. The reason I ignored all of them is because I didn't want to ignite flame war on Twitter about, because choosing a programming language has always been almost religious in programming community. Yeah, and I decided, you know, like, I don't want to put this on Twitter. I don't want to like start this flame war again and again and again. So like I didn't say anything, but obviously since we are here today, I will talk about my reasons why I'm doing that. Meanwhile, there's a question in chat: how many VMs at once did you run? I didn't run many. So for example, my typical setup is for like things that I need. I may run like 10 CSRs in GNS free VM. So I will run 10 CSR 1000V, and on top of that VM, I will run like separate Ubuntu or something for like as a control machine. So this is what I usually run. It definitely can run more than this. I'm pretty sure that I can run 30 CSRs or maybe 25, but I haven't tested yet. For my purposes, I need 10. So, and for this one, for today, we are going to run 2 connected to cloud here and I'm running this in GNS 3, and then from my Ubuntu here, this is going to be my development machine. This is going to be where I'm actually running code. Okay, I hope it's Ryzen 3. Yeah, it's 3900X with 12 cores and 24 threads. So yeah, it's pretty decent machine, and 64 gigs of RAM. All right, so let's talk about why I started learning Go. So here's the thing. I know Python very decent, okay? So I have been doing it for 8 years now. So I can pretty much build everything that I need in Python. I see a lot of traction regarding Python in network automation. There is like big ecosystem and stuff. However, there are a couple of things. Python itself is kinda slow-ish for some of the things. For example, if you like doing like a bunch of like serialization or deserialization, sometimes you cannot, like, the difference is noticeable if you do it in some other language. But then comes this point of actually interacting with network devices and stuff, right? And a lot of people are using threads for that in Python, which is fine, I guess. But to be honest, they don't scale really well. Threads in Python do not distribute on the different cores. Of your CPU, you have GIL, so global interpreter lock, so only one thread can run at the point in time. And when we are talking about many threads, and I'm talking about like more than like 100, 200, whatever, in context of network automation, at some point around, again, depending on the system, resources, whatever, but in general, around 200 threads, you will start noticing the overhead of threads, and like you have diminishing returns. So like when you are spinning up new threads, it's like you no longer get any benefit. And when we're talking about like big networks of like thousands of devices and stuff, it all starts to add up. There is a solution in Python, and which was specifically for I/O heavy operations, okay, and it's called async I/O. However, Python community started adopting async I/O very late, very recently, and especially network automation, it's even worse. Like, people are just don't want to do it, like, at all. And like, oh, you'll hear something like threads are fine, or, whatever. I don't even want to get into those details. But I see that people do not want to adopt async I/O. It came to as a core language feature a little bit late. And then there is another big problem, which is libraries which were built for sync are not working for async I/O, and vice versa. Well, kind of like vice versa as well. So what you will see is that some people who are developing libraries are like, oh, I don't care about async I/O, so I will not introduce support of it, right, in your library. So the result of this is mess. The result of this is the ecosystem with libraries is really separated. Not even separated, but kind of like, it's just weird. It's just mixed. So like, you will find one set of tools in sync world. You will not find some set of tools in async world. Something that will ease your, building your user applications. But the main, again, problem is people, right? Like, people, not everyone wants to adopt this. So as a result, you will see these libraries like for SD-WAN or for netconf or for whatever it is we need to do in our network automation world, which like work only with sync. Okay, and it's terrible. It's terrible because you can't build efficient controllers then. So I have seen some performance testing of Python asynchronous web frameworks, and compared to other languages, and they actually behave pretty decently. So in terms of performance, they're not in like end of the list. They are on par with Node.js, they are on par with Go, maybe, a little bit lower efficiency or something, or a little bit lower performance, but still very, very decent. But community not adopting it is a big problem. So I started looking like something else, and probably Go was like the first thing that came to my mind here. And the main reason why is that when we are talking about Go, they built concurrency from day one, and it's like essential part of the language, which is done using goroutines, and because it was like there from the beginning, there is no this problem of ecosystem or adoption or whatever. It's like core feature of the language itself. So yeah, and also I know some people who are using Golang for network automation. In particular, David Barroso, for example, who built Napalm and Nornir. I know that he at work uses mostly Golang for everything, And this is actually the reason why he rebuilt Nornir. He rewrote Nornir in Go, and it's now Gornir. I know some other folks using Go, and they're pretty happy. So I decided to give it a shot. So, Oniku, good to see you too, man. Thanks for coming. So let me tell you where I am right now. So I started learning language very recently. I didn't have like a lot of time. I didn't go through all of the features of the language. Some like I just went through some very basic stuff like arrays, for loops, a little bit of testing. I actually didn't touch goroutines yet, and structures and pointers. And I still have a lot to learn, so probably today is going to be a struggle. But whatever. So what is my first impression of the language is that I would say it's quite easy in terms of learning and like understanding how it works, like high level understanding. But also I see that you really have to write a lot of stuff yourself. So, you know, like what in Python could be just very simple line, in Go you may need to like write something more to build it. Some like more boilerplate or something. This is the only thing that kind of like saddens me. I feel like there is a lot of things I would like to see in the language, but probably will never get into it. You know, even simple stuff like strings formatting, right? There are some ways to do strings formatting in Go, but I just don't like them, and I end up using, you know, string plus something plus variable or something that's just so freaking terrible compared to this nice Python feature called fstring, right? Like I really don't know why other languages don't adopt fstrings or some other alternative, because they are amazing. But there is nothing like that in Go, and whenever I see stuff like that, it just makes me a little bit sad. Message in the chat, I feel you on the burnout. I had cramped and busted, but for IC and D1 test, busted and have the huge problem getting back on study horse. Yeah, it can happen with anyone at any age. You just have to understand how you can deal with this, and probably rest is the good first step. Alright, with that guys, let's actually start doing some stuff. Now, before the stream, I didn't manage to completely fix my lab, so unfortunately we will have to spend some of this time here. So here I have two CSRs, 1000V, running 17.1 I think. So bleeding edge. And what I need is I need to configure SSH access here. So let's do IP address. This is subnet. 153. Okay. So 153, 101. A shot. Okay, and then we have to say what? IPSSH version 2. Crypto key generate RSA modulus 2048. Goddamn, hostname R1. Goddamn. Okay. Okay, and then IP SSH version 2. And then we'll say netconf yank and then IP HTTP secure server, and then restconf, and then line console 0 transport prefer none. Oh, I need username and password as well. So privilege level 15, and then I need username like Cisco plus privilege level. No, I think it should be privilege 15, password Cisco. Okay, and then we will say line VTY 05 transport preferred none, transport input SSH, and then login local. I think that's it. Let's also configure. No, let's actually don't. Okay. Hey Wookie, how are you doing? Okay, and then I need to make it smaller. Yeah, unfortunately, this new setup that I have, I don't have a second monitor, so I have my laptop on the left, but I can like move some of these windows, unfortunately. Okay, so we will fix here IP address. You'll say no shot. We'll delete all of this. We'll do this. We need hostname as well. Hostname R2, PS control plane. Okay, and then if I do this, I also need to say crypto key generate RSA. It's funny that I still remember some of this command, like even though I barely configure network devices now, at least manually. Oh, domain name as well, right? The domain name lab.tmfeeble.me. Okay, let's apply this. Okay, and then do I need to enable secret? I don't think I need to enable secret. Show run section line. What am I missing? I think no, I think I should be good. Okay, so let's check this. I am doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I just recovered from burnout recently, and my streams are back, so I'm doing very well. Okay, so we configured, basic networking here. Oh, I'm doing. So let's do the following. Can I ping my devices? Oh no, no! Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? They should be connected to ETH0 here. Oh no. Please. Okay, 153.100. Okay, I can ping router 2. Can I ping router 1? Oh, I can ping router 1. Okay, so now we will, if we will try connecting to them. You know, it's always good to test before you start writing code, because especially in the language I have no idea how to do all of that. Okay, so and then I'm directly into the router, and then here, and we will say here Cisco as well, and then we'll do. Okay, cool. So I can connect from my Ubuntu machine to my routers, which is good. Why this doesn't work though? Debugger at Ubuntu. Oh, okay, bravo. It's just, you know, getting IP address right. Nah. I'm waiting to hear back from AWS team after my phone interview I had last Thursday. Dude, that's amazing. What's the position are you applying and where? Is it, so I heard that they were hiring network development engineers in right now in both Ireland and Sydney. Wait, is it? Do they have office in Sydney or where is it in Australia? I think they have office in Sydney, right? Oh, okay. Cloud support engineer in Portland. Very nice. Actually, speaking of Portland, where is the PyCon next year? Isn't it in Portland? Oh no, it's in Pittsburgh. Okay. It was in Portland, but I didn't go to that PyCon. No. Very nice. I wish you good luck. I was actually interviewing at Amazon once, but I probably don't want to share about my experience on the public stream. Yeah, but it was for some position in Ireland. I don't remember already too much. Right, so okay, we got basic setup, well, basic SSH done. What I need is, I think on this Ubuntu work machine I do have Python, but I don't think I have Go, because I started learning Go on my different computers, so I don't think I have Go. Yeah, so I will need to install Go here. So do I have curl here and wget? Okay. Let's do wget. Okay, and they say I need tar -c user local what the frick? What? well, I'm definitely not in correct folder. Okay, so let's do what do you mean permission denied? Excuse me? How it can be permission denied? Oh! Oh, I am dummy dumb. I am dummy dumb. It was a directory. Stupid. You know what? Let's just, I don't want to return it back. So we'll say no, actually I did it correctly. Yeah, creating a Go tree in user local Go. And then user local Go bin. Ah, goddamn. Okay, and then I need okay, folks, give me a second here. I will check something off screen. Yeah, very fancy. Yeah, it's the reason why is that I need to check my environment variables and I don't remember what is there. So it could be some API keys or something, and then I don't want to cause a trouble. I don't think there is anything secret, but it's better to double check before you show it. Yeah, okay, I think we're good. Hi man, quite strange accent. Are you from Russia? No, I'm from Ukraine. Sudo, yeah, sudo. Thank you for Fs in the chat. You could just get container with Go. I could, but I don't have any. So whenever I am developing anything, I prefer not to use containers until I am comfortable with packaging my application. So like when I know that my app is working, then this is the point where I will start packaging into a container. But until then, I usually don't do that. Okay, so I just need to modify this, and it should be good. So yeah, user local Go bin. Okay, and then if I say, I think I will need to source this, and then I should be able to say Go version. What? Go, oh, it's just Go version, okay. Cool. Everything is set up inside Go path, Go root, Go version. Cool. Okay, so I was, there are a couple of things that like on my radar for network automation. Oh wow, we have so many people on the stream. Hi everyone. I can tell you that right now we are having twice as many people as was my peak before I stopped. So welcome everyone, I really appreciate you coming. So yeah, there are a couple of things on my radar related to network automation and Go. So one of them is obviously Gornier, right? So Gornier is something that at some point I want to use, but I don't think right now there is enough. I don't think right now there is enough here. I think the only plugins that are right now in Gornier are for like Linux machines. And I don't have, well, I have routers. Let me check, maybe I'm actually wrong. Well, there is SSH here. To be honest, I could try, but I don't feel comfortable starting with Gornier. I think it's a little bit too much. Now another thing, and this is not released yet, there is this guy, is it BD? BD? Yes, this guy, Brad. So he's a member of Network to Code community, and so what they did in their company is they are building a library for Go very similar to NetMiko. So for those of you who don't know, so NetMiko is very popular Python library to do SSH connection to network devices. And then they built very similar thing for Go. However, it's not yet open source, but as far as I know, it should be very soon. All right. So I'm following this guy when he releases this library. I definitely want to use Gornier. So meanwhile, though, we'll just do SSH connection, kind of like you do it in Paramiko with Python. So Paramiko is like a little bit lower level library for making SSH connections. So there will be some work involved. And me not knowing Go decently doesn't help. So we will just try find some example, replicate it, and see if we can get it up and running and understand it. So let's say Golang SSH to network device. There is some YouTube video. This is from 2015. What is this one? I'm curious about this. Package SSH library for switches. Get SSH brand. Run cmd in the switch. You know what? I think we could actually try, even though this library is not really maintained. Why the hell not? Hcrypto SSH so easy that you don't need NetMiko. Thank you for advice. It's great how the Go standard library extras has SSH support already. Yeah, I actually was impressed that they do. So you guys are advising me to just use crypto SSH. Okay, let's try doing it. Oh, here is one of the examples when they use this. you know what, since I am the best developer there is, my skills are so great, especially in a known language to me like Go, I will just copy paste. Okay, actually, by the way, hold on. What is here? Yeah, I can delete this shit. Okay, and do Go projects use SRC layout or no? I don't remember. Right now we will just not be using it. Okay, let's do refresh here. Okay, so and let's just say main Go. Okay, and let's try remembering anything. Okay, I will copy paste and try to understand what exactly is happening. Format, Ctrl-Shift-I. Oh no. Let's see what our chat is saying. You're probably gonna want to install and get used to Delve. Probably, but I have no idea what that is. Timecode, or you can use modules and keep your project out of a Go pass. Okay. Go mod seems half baked though. If you go with modules, you don't have to lay out project in SRC. Okay, perfect. Sadly, vendoring has been part of least resistance so far, it seems. I've had excellent luck with Go modules. Okay. Guys, I appreciate you, though do remember that even though I have been programming in Python for 8 years, my Go experience is around 5 hours. So very often I have no idea what I'm doing. Which is fine. Okay, so let's see what this does. So read host file. We're creating a library. We are opening a file which will supply. We will check for error. We will how does defer work? Let me read something about defer. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to transfer my Python experience to Go. Okay, so there are obviously some parts which I can understand what they're doing, but there are some stuff that like, what is this? So like defer is something that this is the first time I'm seeing. Defer. Explained. Huh? Yeah, let's see. The first statement defers execution of function until surrounding function returns. Defer call arguments are evaluated immediately, but the function call is not executed until the surrounding function returns. Until the surrounding function returns. Oh! Okay, this seems to me kind of like, it's not context manager in Python, but something very close, right? So if I understand correctly, this file clause will be executed after we return hosts. Am I correct? Oh, there is exactly the same thing in the chat. Thank you. Okay. If you want to compare to something in Python, it's context handler with enter and exit to ensure, yeah, okay, got it. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be like a V statement, kind of, but it's going to be done at the end of read hosts. Watch later to learn about modules and where the source code should be. Thank you. Let me save this link. Hold on. If I don't save this link right now, I will just... it will disappear. It will disappear in all of the things. Perfect. Thank you for the link. Okay, so we'll close the file later. We are creating a new scanner, though I have again no idea how scanner works. Scanner text. For scanner, scan host upon hosts. Okay, host here is hold on, let me get rid of all of this stuff. So host is a list of strings, right? Well, array of slice of strings, excuse me. And we are appending to the slice string trim space scanner text. So I guess it's just like reading line by line, or what does it do? It's like Java scanner thing, wrap around some strings of bytes to parse a file. I haven't used Java. See, I am Python monkey in Python. We don't deal with bytes that often. I'm just kidding. Is my understanding correct that if we are creating this scanner, you know what? Let's actually refer to docs. Okay, let's just stop guessing like a dumb developer, and let's actually do what we're supposed to do, read the official documentation. New scanner returns a new... I like this. Did you know that new scanner returns a new scanner? Okay. Scanner provides convenient interface for reading data such as file of new line, delimited lines of text. Successive calls to scan method will step through the tokens of a file, skipping bytes between tokens. Okay, so it seems like we would be just reading line by line this. And then if you go back, why do I have two things here? If you go back, so we're creating this scanner, and then there is this function scan. So what should be func scan, which has a receiver here. Scan advances the scanner to the next token, which will be then available through bytes or text method. It returns false when the scan stops. Okay, got it. Okay, and then trim space. Okay, we will just, got it. Okay, so scanner text and trim space. Okay, so this is every line, right? And then here we probably deleting leading and trailing spaces, and then we add this to the host list. Okay, let's actually, by the way, I need this to finish so that I have auto completion. Code doesn't really do objects. You see a lot of new functions like that which return struct. Yeah, during my 5-hour So I'm still doing the course that I started. So by the way, let me actually send this to someone who is also very new. So I am doing Golang. Let me see if this is the one. Yeah, I think this is the one. Hold on, let me check on my laptop here. No, it's not this one. Oh no, this one, yeah. So the complete developer's guide. I'm still like 40% through it. I haven't learned channels, goroutines. I haven't learned interfaces. I haven't learned structs even. I went through some very basic stuff. I do really like this course because it gives you an interesting example of like kind of like stuff that you usually do with classes in like Python or some other language, and it explains really well like how would you approach the same kind of thing in Go, considering that we don't have like equivalent of classes or direct equivalent of classes. So yeah, but I'm like only 40%. I went, I think, up to here until structs. Okay, so let me go back here. Okay, we read file, and then at the very end we'll have a list of like what, IP addresses or something. Let's actually. Why this doesn't work? Oh, okay, I think I will have to. Yeah, I have to reload for auto completion, I think. Why this doesn't work? Oh, yeah. Package main, and then here, and we will just no, I don't need var, right? I can say, and I think text will return a string, right? So what it should be, oh, I don't need to specify that here. So let's say line, right, is going to be equal to this, and then here I will say, let's actually do the whole thing, right? Let's do strings, string stream space. By the way, guys, I forgot to discuss this at the very beginning. I am planning to have a marathon during the Christmas break. So like streams every day. So because usually I'm doing them only on Sundays, but I am thinking about doing some marathon during Christmas break, like every day at the same time. We'll do some open source work. Okay, so yeah, let's am I missing something here? How do I keep forgetting? No, I am good. So what, here I should say, oh, we need to create a file, right? So let's create a file. So this is going to be hosts.txt, right? And then we'll say what, 192.168, 1.3, 101, 192, 168, 1.3, 102. We save this, and here you say, well, this returns a list of strings, right? So I have to save this to hosts column with hosts, and then here I say what, host.txt, right? So I think this is what it should do. And then if I, what, it's go run, right? Go run main.go. Excuse me? What? Host declared and not used. Yes. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, very good. And I guess if I do so okay, trim space on left and right. Okay, cool. This was easy. Except this, but it's very interesting to like do this comparison. And I'm sorry, I'm not following chat right now. I'll pay a closer look in just a second. It's very interesting to compare languages, right? Like this super simple thing that we are doing, we're just reading file line by line. But you can already learn quite a bit from here, right? Like this is the first statement, for example, very interesting. This scanner, again, like depending on the like your previous language, you may have seen or may not. Like in Python, you don't use something like scanner. You would say like in Python you will say for line in f, right? In a file or something. You will not see like this kind of error checking, right? Like in most languages you have exceptions which you try and catch, and in Go you do this. Very, very interesting to see all this difference on a simple example. And while I was talking, my Siri got activated. Siri, I don't need your help with Golang, you're useless. Go back to your cave. Okay, line 20 should be column equal, yeah, we got that. Personal opinion, unless you're going to heavily rely on doing more than just real basic inventory in Gornier, you could... Unless you're going to heavily rely on doing more than just real basic inventory in Gornier, you could probably just keep it entirely. Golang concurrency primitives are fantastic. Thanks for letting me know. I should definitely check it out. Try this to print things while debugging. Go spew. Delph sets debugger for when println gets frustrated. Okay, you know what? One thing I learned in Python very late was debugger. I barely used debugger until like year 3 in my developer experience, which is not cool. So you know what? Let's actually spend, if I will manage to like do it fast, let's actually spend some time right now. I don't want to do the same mistake I did with Python, like learning PDB debugger on 3rd year of programming in Python, and I became decent only probably with it like after 5 years or so, when I could easily debug stuff. That's just freaking embarrassing. So Delph, okay, Golang Delph. Delph is debugger for Go programming language. I do need installation. First is standard. Okay. Okay, I don't know what has just happened. What does go get do? Is it like pip in Python? VS Code wiki debugging, Go code using VS Code, Okay, let's try that. Debugging Go code using VS Code. Wow, that is okay. Don't at me. Okay. You're ready to go. Okay. This seems too hard. This is too much text. Make use of debug configuration file while editing launch JSON file. Yeah, you could prove. Okay. Golang is much better experience though, but there's no free version. No free version. It's working VM is not a problem. Nah, I think I will stick with VS Code simply because I use it for other stuff. Okay, I have Delph installed. Well, let me go back here, getting started. Debugging main packages. The first CLEUR command we will explore is debug. If you're in the directory, you can simply run DLV debug. Okay, so if I say DLV debug, where go get stores okay, go bin. Okay, so I then need to add it to my DSHLRC. Not here. Okay. And yeah. So and then I can say, and then I should be able to say Delph. Okay. Help. Okay, breakpoint, clear, deferred, down, goroutine, locals, B, next, list. Okay. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I need step, right? I don't need... What do I have in my source code, right? I just have a function and then I print it. Step, single step through a program. Continue, run until breakpoint. Yeah, I didn't do... Yeah, let's do a breakpoint. So we'll do what? B... And what? I think it's line number or what? Why don't I see a source code though? Debugging optimize function. Should I like build it without optimization, or what do I need to do? Let's try googling this. So delf show source code. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on it. I think I can say, so it's B main go 29, right? B main go, let's say like thing, PP. Okay, and now I should say locals, right? And then what's p hosts? Okay, at least I can get somewhere. What is bothering me is that my L is working here, but it's not working when I start the program, right? I think you can just click debug tab on the T left of VS Code, second from the bottom. Yeah, let's try doing that. Wait. Breakpoint, and then this is... This is weird. Yeah, I think I need some configuration for this. This is not the way I think it's supposed to go. Yeah, okay, guys, whatever. I think we are good, you know, at least, you know, for some start. If I really need debugger right now, I can, at least I can run it like this, right? Okay, so it's not that bad. All right. So I don't need this line anymore. Okay, let's keep going through the example. Okay, now we know the device names. We need to prepare SSH config. Okay, let's do that and see what is going to happen. I mean, this is just variable assignment, but okay, so what is this? We are creating config for when I save. Why doesn't automatically finds it? I think it usually automatically finds it, no? Problem. No quick fixes available. I mean, it's just import problem, but usually when I was trying to do it on Mac, like you save it, right, and it just automatically adds to import. Okay, and okay, this seems like a struct, right? I'm not 100% sure, but it seems to be user host key callback, insecure ignore host key, authentication is Okay, this is list of authentication mechanisms, but we do need password here, right? I keep jumping, not where I'm supposed to. Okay, let's copy this whole function. Let's see what he did here. Okay, we will be passing a client config here. We'll be passing a list of commands, and we will be passing the hostname or IP address, whatever. Okay, so terminal mods, we create. Where is this mods being used? You're establishing connection. If there is an error, we'll be printing error. Holy shit, this syntax is weird. String 1 hostname. This is array of strings, right? Okay, to be honest, I don't understand exactly what it does. Pointer to array of strings. Okay. What about this one column hostname? I think when I was working on that course, right, it was having something like this, like, and then it was like 1, 1, 2, 3, something like this. Now this syntax is a little bit weird for me. It's slicing like Python. Wasn't slicing like Python is set like this or whatever? Not like one column. I don't know. I'm just trying to understand, because whenever I copy paste, I try to understand what is supposed to happen. Okay, let's keep going. So we establish SSH and then we create a session. You can use session run here, but that only works if you run a single command or your commands are independent of each other. Okay, session request pty extern. std buffer, std out, std in. Holy shit, that's a lot of stuff. Session shell. Okay, so this is going to be, we will pass a list of commands, right? And then it's going to return to us a pointer to a list of strings. And this list of strings is going to be output for every single command, where will be... No, hold on. Read stdbuff. Oh, we read stdbuff, right? Stdbuff is std out here. And result main. I'm interested in what this does. Okay, this is creating array, empty array. How is this different from this? Yes, square brackets, you're right. Make slice of strings with 0 lengths. Guys, who know Go? What is the difference between these two? Oh, it's not. It's the same thing. Okay. Cool. So we are creating here an empty array. Okay. So what we are doing here. Where is this? We'll go through every command and we just write them one by one, right? This is a new line. And then I will just read the whole output from this command, right? I could... Wait a minute. Read this debug. Is this going to be like line by line, and this is going to be like... Okay, I think we actually have to run this, but it seems to me that like, why are we using here array of strings, right? And then if you read stdbuf, I guess it's going to like read line by line, right? Yes, res should be result. std in buff right. Where is this function coming from even? Because if it was, oh, if it was in some module, right, we would just let's go to definition. No definition found. Excuse me. Yeah, something here is weird. Okay. We create a config. We open a connection using dial. Then we open a session. Before we will be able to run the command on the remote machine, we should create a sudo terminal on the remote machine. Sudo terminal or pty is a pair. Okay. So we create here xterm, blah blah blah. We want to attach our std in, std out, and stdr. Sir Diehard, thank you so much for following. To the remote command, we should open pipes between local process and remote process. Fortunately, okay, we open pipes. Is this what we are doing here? Are we doing the same thing? Yeah. We have pipes for std in, std out. And we can also do std error, but I don't think network devices do anything with std error, right? Okay, we did this, and then command execution. Then we can execute the command on the remote machine using session run function. Note that in some cases SSH server is configured to accept only env variables with a concrete syntax. If you want to configure something on Cisco device, you need to go into config mode first and then run configuration statements. Without pty, you won't be able to do this, as the conf terminal command will be executed independently of your next command. Dial call to connect to a device, get a new session, sudo terminal gives you interface, cd in std out, send command, recursively read it from std out until an entry prompt is seen. And that is how the empty prompt detection works. Also, CMG prompt itself can be a royal pain. Some as can add different prefixes or suffixes dependent on command mode or active routing engine control board or routing processor. Alright, Visa 4K, let's get this. This actually was a separate function. Excuse me. I'm like, where is this function? Guys, that's a lot of code, to be honest. Okay. Oh, maybe there is link to repo with a full source, yeah. Very likely I will need to modify some of this stuff. Cannot find package xscript SSH in any of from gorout copaz. Okay, why does this not work? Do I need to do go get first for this to work or what? Hello, what are you doing? I am trying to connect to network devices via SSH with Golang. What complicates things is that my Go experience is 5 hours. I don't know the language at all. Because I think it's a better choice for network automation in the long run. Wow, one answer is -2. Dudes, that's not cool. Cannot find package in any of. How are we doing? What was the error message? Here. I guess I need to do go get, right? But if I do go get, it installs like in a single place, right? In GoPass. Oh, I don't have GoPass. But anyway, it's going to install to default GoPass then, right? To the go bin, go src, I think, right? Go src. But only the package is located in gorout src pkg or gopass src. So a package here doc is most probably located in the directory gopass. The recommended way to use external packages is by downloading and installing them via go-get. You might want to check documentation as help. My echo gopass is empty. But I guess it is this, right? It's goes to this go src directory. I have to set it up. Okay. Anyways, this is default. So, but I still need to install my packages, right? Setting gopass. Okay. Oh, I'm looking at the same thing. This is what I did. Unix examples will set it to home go. Note that gopass must not be the same path as your go installation. Another common setup is home. I mean, it's default anyway. When gopass is set, then go get. Okay. So I have a question here. So again, compared to Python, right? So in Python, we separate it with virtual environments. And it seems to me that go-get will just put it in like whatever place you have set up. So how do you manage dependencies for different projects? That's why you will use Go modules later, or you could set different Go paths for every project. But now, for now, I don't think about one Go path. Okay, cool. Thank you. My typing today is horrible. Okay, so if I do this, now I need to do go get, right? For crypto SSH. So I do this. Okay, so if oh, okay. So now we have the source code for SSH. So now if I save this, no problem. What? Expected for at the end of the statement. Expected for in the end of the statement. What is this? It seems like it's fine here. Then here it says let me double check for range statement. For range go okay, column equal range and then iterable. Expected for at the end of the statement. Fix it, add a new line. Oh, thank you. Okay. Not enough arguments in called to read std buff. I provide 2 arguments and I need 3. Okay, I will be able to fix this. Where is his source code? Here. Okay, here are 3 arguments. Oh, okay, and now he has a different stuff here. Dude, how could you? Well, I should not blame him for trying to help anyway. For giving an example. Okay, so what's the difference here? Oh, there is also here undefined something. User go undefined. You'll have to deal with that. Okay. Now guys, let me check something. I think on Twitch there is Twitch no delay mode. Low latency. Let me see if I can check this. Maybe on this channel I still have high latency. Just give me a second. Okay, head to your dashboard, channel settings. Okay. Dalek and Sandeep, thank you so much for following. Oh no, okay. Guys, I didn't have low latency mode enabled. How could I? Though there is a small problem right now, I lost some part of the chat. So let me check it out using different way. Go doesn't use semicolons, probably just catching on my end. I didn't have window focus for okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to apply immediately. Probably not until I restart the stream, and I don't want to do that. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. Once again, so what do we do here? We set up some things, we open a connection, we create a session, then from the session we request terminal, then we connect pipes to stdbuf, stdin. Okay, then for every single command that we provided, we are going to write it with \n, and then we create a new string here, though I'm more used to, since this is how I learned it before, was string like this. This is what I learned before. Make. Okay. And then we use this function read stdbuf, where we provide stdbuf, which is output. We provide resulting array, and we provide the host name. Okay, this is IO reader. We will return a pointer to a string, to an array of strings. We make a big output buffer. Byte count. Okay, we read. Okay, hold on. What are we doing here? Let me check documentation for make function. I'm not sure what it does. Golang make, especially the second argument. It seems like what, number of elements? Slices can be created with built-in make function. This is how you create dynamically sized arrays. Guys, let me do one more change here. Because some of you ask me to make stuff bigger. But what I really need to do is to change here. Where's my display stuff? Displays. Okay, and so I want this to be taller. and it doesn't allow me, I think, to set up exactly what I want. Oh, okay, it automatically adjusts, okay. So I can do this, and then cookies, thank you so much for bits. Appreciate your support. So, okay. This is the length of this array, right? 1 million. Is it? Allocates a zeroth array, returns a slice to specify capacity, pass a third array. No, hold on. Yeah, okay. Len of b is equal to 0. Cap of b. What is capacity? I don't know what capacity is. Okay, it's like initial size, right? Initial size. Cool stream, I will shoot a check-in when I will see you live in the future. Thank you. You are always welcome here, guys. So, okay, this is the size of array. Array of bytes, slice of bytes, whatever. I don't know the difference. So we will std buff read. Oh, okay. So we have our output buffer from the device, right? We call read on it, and we provide this list of bytes, and it will give us byte count and error code. So if there is something happened, we will just log it. Bytes received, byte count, and an S string. Okay, now we are converting bytes. Okay, this is a slice, this is like Python slice, right? So we will convert this to a string, lines, we will split by \n, print bbb, lines, got it. Okay, so do I, when I don't provide this capacity, it can grow indefinitely. Am I understanding this correctly? Okay, what is happening here? We will, okay, so we read some bytes. We read bytes, right? Once we read those bytes, and we read bytes every 100 milliseconds. Once we read the bytes, we will convert all of those bytes to a string. Here we'll split it by \n, then we will print them with some weird markers here, but whatever. Then Okay, then we are checking if the last line, this is the last line, yeah, okay, -1, okay, this is the last line, is not equal to hostname, ah, shit. Okay, so we will be checking here for like, yeah, so this will not work. If you provide the capacity, it could grow as well. You just say it in front what you need for optimization. Okay, got it. We will need guys to do something with this. Unfortunately, because our host name is IP address, and this is not like the what we'll see in the output. So this we will need to change this. I think for like easy example, what I could do is I could say like R1 here, right? But then I will also need to save them properly. Okay, what we are doing here is for every line that is not, you know, like end of the command, we will grow this, well, we will add elements to this res. Now this keeps getting weird because my res is a pointer to a list of strings. Lines is an array. Okay, hold on, give me 1 second, let me get this into where I'll go. So if I say and then I say another, cannot use another type string as type string in append. Cannot use another type string as type, yeah. Am I an idiot or this is correct? This slice is a list, well, array, whatever, right? So how do we append these lines there? If this is array, because append accepts only strings, right? Okay, we get slice. Oh no, it's over here. The append built-in function appends elements to the end of the slice. If it has sufficient capacity, if it does not, a new underlying array will be allocated. Append returns updated slice. Slice append another slice. So what is wrong in this example then? Cannot use another type string as type string in append. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is exactly... Oh, Jesus Christ. It was here. I just didn't know this notation. Triple dot. This is very weird to read. Okay, so we will take all the lines and put it in the result, and then we will call read stdbuf again. And reached. And then here okay, so basically we are saying when we read bytes and the last line is not hostname with you know what, to make things easier I will do something very stupid, because I want to have a word, at least something first. So we will do like this, completely static bullshit. Obviously, I mean, we'll have to deal with this, but my understanding of Go right now is not enough to like change all this on the fly. So we're saying if the last line is not R1 hash, then we will append all the lines with this a little bit weird syntax to me to result, and then we will call read stdbuf again, and we'll keep doing it every 100 millisecond until we have this. Once we have this, we'll print that okay, cool, and we'll say result append. We'll do exactly the same thing, and then we'll return result. Okay, this makes sense to me. Let's keep going. I have function main twice, so we'll delete it. And I don't like this function name. Okay, so when I run this, I need to provide if you don't have argument, we exit. I also need this library. Okay. Input password password is, okay, so we will display this function. We'll get this mask password. Get pass. Okay, no entered password. Okay, we read hosts for the first argument, then there is a variable. Okay, this looks like a struct, right? So we say user is string. Sim this environment no more. Oh, okay. We will say show p interface brief and show arp. Okay. This is still weird to me. I think I can do this, right? I don't need this index stuff. Or I am wrong. I think I can do this. So this is an output string. Okay, so this is going to be our result in the structure. User is third argument. This is weird. Okay, first argument should be the file name. Second argument is unclear to me here. Third argument is user. I don't understand why it's with big letter, with capitalized. I think it should be like this, no? But then also, why it's not column equal here? I mean, this is the first time we are... Oh wait, hold on. We'll be using this variable directly here. So this doesn't seem like a struct to me anymore. It's like multiple variable declaration, right? Okay. The final incoming parameter in the function signature may have a type prefix with a function with such parameter is called variadic and may be invoked with 0 or more arguments for that parameter. Okay. Okay, got it. So yeah, it's just a simple declaration, but with like multi-line thing, right? It's like would be equivalent to like var user string and var cmds whatever, right? Blah blah blah. It's just the same thing, but like multi-line. Okay. Still a mystery to me why it's third argument. Can't end log name. Password, we will get it from as password. Then results, channel. Okay, this is the first time we see channels here. I think I will skip that for now, but once we like get working code, I will come back to it. Okay, so here we're creating a config where we pass this user, where the host key callback is whatever, and then we put the password, which we did. No, it can be host segetagrant because we have host.txt. So I actually think it's like a mistake or something. Or maybe he has some meaning, but I just don't know. I don't know. And I actually, you know what? I'll do it like this. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we'll do it like this. Okay, this channel, let me put here a comment, review later. Let's do to do review. We create this client config. Interesting. And then here, right, for every host in hosts, we will do goroutine, right? Which is essentially like a this code is crappy, to be honest. Yeah, this is, you know, I didn't find many examples, so we'll work with whatever we have. Okay, I am interested in two things. So first, this sign, and then because if this is a goroutine, right, we are writing it here. So okay, so this is why we are having a channels, right? Just because so I guess channel is like what, thread safe-ish way to store, well, to thread safe variables, or what is it? Host name, we will go through every host. We will use our hostname string. Then result, we will use hostname cnd config. Now another thing that bothers me here okay, so not only that, but this is almost like Lambda, right? Because I create like a function on the fly here. Because, okay, this part is function declaration, right? So this, I guess, is a goroutine. But we create this Lambda and then we call it with this argument hostname. So like in Python, you would do like lambda x, right? And then what? And then well, whatever you have to do, right? Like execute cmd x, blah blah blah, right? But it starts goroutine for every host name, run, execute cmd, and pass the result to the result channel. Okay. Do I understand correctly that if we are using goroutines, we need to use something like channel to be able like to save it properly? Got it. Okay, thanks. Okay, so like in layman Python terms, that would be a thread safe variable, right? Another thing that is weird for me here is that why we are using I, right? If I can just say, can I do like this? I think I can, right? Threads in Python is synchronized queue for results. Okay, got it. Okay. Here, this results, which was channel list of strings. No, something here at the very end I don't understand. This should return result from our all commands on that device. This should go to the results. And I guess we'll save it by the index of the hostname, right? Oh, actually, tell me this. Is this results when we save it like this going to be in the same order or no? Interesting. It complained about that, but doesn't complain about this. You don't know what order the goroutine ends, so no. Okay, so if I need to, right, well, Okay, I think I should start thinking about this after we get anything, right? But what is the alternative to dictionary in Go? Golang dictionary? Go map, okay. And can I use channels for Golang channel map? I like how people just don't voting this guy. Well, no, not like, but it's just weird to see this on Stack Overflow. Okay. Okay, whatever, let's try this. Okay, so we need go run main.go host.txt and then sysco. Oh! Did we just run it and it worked on the first attempt? Very nice. Okay, now we need to do it for 2. This is, oops. So what I want to do is the following. Okay, so I have 2, and then I need to change this read host. And how can I do array of arrays? Let me see. Golang array of arrays. Okay, so I guess it should be like this, right? And to be honest, I feel like it would be better if I use structs here. Let me see, maybe in the tour of Go there is like very easy example. So instead of, so what I want to do, because, yeah, let me go back to my code here. The way we stop, I can't find it. God damn, I just can't find it. Here. The way we stop is based on the prompt, right? I mean, obviously, ideally it would be to detect it automatically, but like I don't want to make it too complex. I just don't have enough like Go knowledge to do that like right now. So what I want to do is I want to have this file where I have connection details, and then I have the prompt that you should be looking for. So this should be like a host, and this is going to be a host name. So I guess I want to read this file and create a list of structs, right? So I guess this should be like type device, right? And then struct, and then I will have host, which is a string, and then the host name, which is a string. I would like to try this map. It's only a bit host name. I would like to try with structs though, to be honest. So then this should return an array of device, right? And then okay, here I need to split, right? Strings has package fields, very nice. I don't think I want map, because I don't see use case here for map. Like I will be just iterating to this list of hosts anyway. So let me try with structs. It's not only because I think it's better, but also like as a learning exercise as well. Yeah. So string fields. So I guess host data is going to be string fields, scanner text. I think I still need to, yeah, I think I still need to trim it. Yeah, let's actually do this, because you will still have \n at the very end, right, which you don't need. So here's a line. So line host data, and then I say, well, how do I actually, what's this? Okay, device 1, 2, okay. So, and then host is equal to, now let's do device. Device is equal to device, and here is going to be what, host data 0, right? Host data 0, and then host data 1. And then we will append these two devices. We will append, what am I doing? Devices. Okay. Yeah, list of structs. Yeah, I think I did it fine here. So here we will be using device, right, of the type device. Okay, and here, how do I access it? Is it with dot? Yeah, with dot. Okay, cool. So then here, right, this will be device dot host Do you mind walking me through this line, please? I don't understand what it does. Interesting. So with this, okay, this is a pointer, right? This is a pointer to the list of strings where the second element is device host. So weird. The resprintln function, you don't have to use the resprintln function. Nice, okay. Yeah, this is weird. Like, I just checked, so you see that it's its second element. First one is empty, but it's second. It's so freaking weird. Yeah, I will have to think and rewrite all of this, you know, by myself the way I wanted to, but right now we are just checking. Okay, and here, when we reading from the buffer, I will also pass the device, right? Device. And then in the here, I need a device of the type device. So then here, I will be looking for device host name. think it should be good, more or less. There is probably some, oh okay, there is some problem here. Okay. Halfkai, thank you so much for following. Okay, I think we are good to go here to do our mega test. Oh, ouch. Exported type device should have comment. What? Exported type device should have comment or be an exported Golang. I hate you, Golang. I hate you. You are my most, the least favorite thing so far. Okay. Oh yeah, don't use underscores. Excuse me. Excuse me. Cannot use device, type device as type string in append go. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Oh, there is something here as well. Cannot use device, type device is type device in argument to func literal. Whew. Oh, okay. think you're good. Maybe. Look at this. Look at this. And it was so freaking fast. I am amazed. That's a lot of code though. Let's put more comments. How do you usually define constants in Go? Do they go in main, or they are like outside main? Constants in Go. Oh, there is const keyword, okay. So is this acceptable if I say like this, and I say, do I even need the type? I think it should be a list of strings, right? Let's do more. I want more. Give me more. Am I doing it correctly? Constant string literal is not a constant Go. Array isn't immutable by nature, you can make it. The nearest you can get. Okay. So I can say like this, right? But I still, okay, it's still not a constant. Very interesting. I'm very curious, like where would I put this? Like I would want to put it like somewhere, right? Like for example in Python I would have like constants py or something, and I can put whatever I want in Python. But here I can't put it outside of the function because it's freaking array. Slices and arrays are always evaluated during runtime. There is no such thing as array constant in Go. That's so sad. So I guess the closest that I can do is have like a single thing, right? Single string like this. And I would say that, and then I would split by something, right? This probably would be the easiest. And then how do I want to split this? think I can do it like this. Okay. Why it's still yelling at me? Non-declaration. Oh, I didn't save it. Okay, it also needs whatever. So here, where are my? Okay, here, right? I would say, what is it? String split. And then I would say commands and and this would be what, like this, right? I hate short names of the variables. Oh, that's a lot of res. Thank you for supporting me in this. Like, I was when I was doing the course, and instructor said, there mentioned that for receivers you usually do one letter, and I was looking this and there was like blood coming from my eyes. Like, I just cannot handle. The only in Python, I think there are only 2 times when I use very short variable names. It's either for I, for index. So like if I say for I, like item or something in enumerate list, or if I use lambdas, sometimes I can say lambda x. That's the only place where I use very short variable names. Okay, I think we are good. And Golang still complains, but here we go. Just go away. Go away, Golang. We are not friends. I like how fast this is. Like, it's so freaking fast. Okay guys, we have been going on for quite a while. I want to do one more thing. One last thing. I want to add more routers and just see how fast this is. Because why the hell not, right? Maybe like 5, so it doesn't take too much time. There are a lot of things I have to learn from this, so channels, goroutines, especially one thing that bothers me is if this is not going to be done. You know what? Maybe actually let me Google this very quick. Goroutines. order question mark. I mean, this is like an obvious like, I wouldn't say problem, but like challenge, right? If we are doing this in some specific way, I mean, when we are running like Python threads, essentially it has the same issue, right? But what you can do, at least in Python, like you could write into a dictionary or something. So like common thing that I have seen in Python, if you don't want to like do a lot of synchronization stuff, you have like a dictionary, right? And then in dictionary you put an input argument for your goroutine, well, for your thread, right? When you're talking about Python, and then you would say like result, right? So what this means is then when you're iterating, right, you can easily see your input and your output. So then for you doesn't really matter in what order they did it that way. So I'm trying to understand what is a common pattern to do this in Go. So far I'm not so sure yet. Goroutine and maps. Maps are not safe for concurrent use. It's not defined what happens when you read and write to them simultaneously. If you need to write to a map from concurrently, the access must be mediated by some kind of synchronization mechanism. Okay. Goroutine ordered results. Is it possible to collect goroutine results in the input order? Download the result. That doesn't look promising. Well, what if... Well, no, I can't do that. Jesus Christ. So what I was thinking is that if I could use this channel, right? Where is this channel? Here. So instead of strings, I would have a structure, right? I would have a structure... Not structure, but I would have... For every element, I would have two things. The device itself and the result, right? But I can't... Or maybe I can't do that. It's just going to be list of... No, I can't do that, right? Because the slice cannot have things of different types. Potentially what I could do, but again, like I don't even know if it's decent or not. So like if I have type device result, right? And I can say device, and then the result is string, something like this. Would it even make sense what I'm trying to do here? I don't know. It feels to me that there is some obvious solution, I don't see it. I'm thinking, yeah, like this, so I can always when I add to the result, right, I can always access what device this is, because otherwise it's going to be, it could be out of order, and I need to, you know, to be able to identify. I mean, ideally I would want to have a map, right? I wouldn't want to say, give me a result for R1 or R2. I think. Yeah, I think I'm not just ready yet for, you know, I don't know enough to be able to do it with ease. Okay, so let's do this. I will add a couple more devices here, you know, just for simple test. And this will be our last thing. I just want to see how fast it is. Is there some easy way? Go check runtime. I think I need to open it from here. This is cool. Holy shit, this differ is pretty amazing. This is amazing. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I like my computer, how fast it loads 3 routers at the same time. It's amazing. Oh no. No, 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 no. Please. This is painful. Yeah, when you paste something on the console. This is bad. Yeah, I may even need to reload this whole thing. This was unfortunate. Okay. Let's do more commands. More. I need more. So let's do what? Show platform. What is the command? Show platform resources. I think there is one. And then there is show platform software control. What? Show plat software control. Oh, status, right? Status. Status control processor brief. Show plot resources. Yeah, okay, so let's add this too. Show platform resources. Okay, cool. And then I need my host here. Some of my key bindings doesn't work, unfortunately. So 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay, now we go back. Okay, it's still loading. Okay, and here we go. Okay, and then WR, and then we will double check that I can still connect to every device. Well, at least ping. Okay, 4 and 5. Perfect. So now we are ready to go. Let's run our stuff. Cisco. Nice. Nice. It's actually really interesting that here oh, did I misspelled it? No, I didn't. So, okay, so there is some kind of timing issue here. How this S didn't get sent though? I really don't know. Interesting. This show up interface brief is freaking unlucky. doesn't get to the output on every device. Interesting. I don't know what this is, and to be honest, I don't really want to troubleshoot it right now, but this kind of timing is quite impressive. It's what, 6 or 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 commands on 5 devices, 2.3 seconds. Good luck doing that with Ansible. Good luck. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what this problem is, unfortunately. And it seems only with this command. I honestly don't know. Okay, yeah, guys. I would troubleshoot it, just not right now. We have been going on for what, 3.5 hours now. That's quite a long time. So let's do a summary and we will wrap this up. So during this stream, I started exploring Golang specifically for network automation, how I can interact with network devices. My first impression is that, again, I'm coming from Python experience, so I always compare something with Python, right? My first impression is that it's not hard, but you definitely have to put more work than usual. Like, again, compared to Python. Like, this program seems quite easy, but you can see that, you know, it's quite a lot of code for it, actually, right? Again, compared to Python. So I don't know. I am actually became a little bit discouraged by this. But then again, it's very nice to see how fast it runs. I mean, this is pretty amazing. Though I wouldn't say that for this number of devices you would notice a difference if you use something like Python and threads, or Python with Nornir, which uses threads on the backend. You wouldn't see a difference. You will see a difference when you're talking about thousands of devices. This is where you would start noticing how Go will make a difference. Need to refactor a bit. Yeah, I agree. So I will keep learning it, because right now I don't feel comfortable with the language, right? In Python I can do whatever I want. In Go, like, I always triple check documentation, I check something, you guys help me out here on the stream. I still very rusty with the pointers. Channels is a freaking mystery to me, so there is so much more to learn. But yeah, it's definitely more verbose, but also you get quite a bit out of it. I also like static types. So static types is definitely something that I like. Even though that in Python there are type annotations right now, and you can define types and you can have some static type checking, it's still not to the same level as here, right? Because, you know, Python is dynamically type language anyway, and there are some limitations that you will find in type checker for Python. Mainly because it's not statically typed language, right? So I really like types. They make your code more verbose, more intuitive, less mistakes. We actually caught some of mistakes when I was doing refactoring with these devices Remember, it was strings before. We changed it to structs, and there were a bunch of places where just because of the type checking, just because before we even ran, we were able to identify those problems. So I really like types. So for now, again, don't feel very comfortable writing any code, so I will keep learning it. But I do see a lot of potential. And yeah, I think it really depends on the use case. If we are talking about like going back to that tweet which started all of this, right? That if you're talking about scale, right? If you want to build very robust network automation controller or something for a number of devices, you should not be excluding Go as your choice for a language for that. If everyone in Python ecosystem would be more willing to work with async IO and async, I would probably never consider switching to Go from Python, because I can do whatever I want in Python. But because of this problem of segregated ecosystem where a lot of developers just don't want to learn or use async in the first place, it also led to problems with libraries. Then unfortunately I need to be, looking for something else for some of my use cases. Okay, last couple of comments in the chat before we close today's stream. Go is certainly more verbose, but it slowly replaced Python for me personally. I love it. Perfect. It's very likely that at some point it will replace Python for me too. Just I'm not ready for that yet. Need to refactor a bit. Yes, I agree. How old am I? I am 27 years old. Going back to dynamically typed after static types feels very strange. I completely agree with you. So even though I have been not programming in statically typed language as my main language, every new project that I lead and write in Python has almost 100% types. I don't code without types in Python right now at all. So yeah, I can relate. Yeah, my programs became much better after I switched to at least type annotations in Python. So they're definitely nice. All right. So thanks to everyone who tuned in. I was very happy to see so many people, even more than it was when I was doing streams 6 months ago. I do plan to be more regular from now on. So every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central European Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. This is where I'm planning to appear. Also, a small reminder that I'm planning to have a marathon during the Christmas break. So almost every day, depending on some of my personal life. But yeah, my plan is to do streams daily during the Christmas break. So not sure yet what the next topic is going to be, but we'll see. There are so many tools in network automation world that I want to check, so we will not run out of topics. The recording of this stream is going to be published sometime next week. And with that, thank you very much, and I hope to see you next Sunday. Goodbye now.